Hello everybody, B&B Collections here. Today I thought it would be a fun idea to see which currency has the best value for the Death Star. So, right off the bat, we'll be starting up with CAD. So, as you can see, the set is on lego.com around 1,299.99. So overall, so far, this thing's in the lead. Yay. Next of all, we have the USA. So, right off the bat, you can see that the USA is 999.99. So, in CAD's money, that would be currently on Google, it would be around 1,376. And comparing that to 1,299 Canadian dollars is currently still in the lead, and this thing is last place. Aw. Next of all, we will be doing Mexico with the Mexican peso. So, as you can see, the Death Star is 24,499 Mexican pesos. As you can see, inside of Canadian dollars, that is around $1,870, which is a really big increase from how much it's supposed to be worth. On Latin America inside of lego.com, and by the way, you can access different countries by clicking this button right here. On this thing, I'm not sure where to find the price, so I'm just gonna skip this country. So next of all, we have Brazil. So on Brazil, the Death Star is 9,999.99 Brazilian pesos. Putting that into this, it's worth over $2,500 worth of Canadian dollars. So currently, Canada is still in the lead. Next of all is euros. As you can see on Europe, it's around $999.99. And on the exchange rate, it's around 1,615.47 for Death Star. Next of all is the United Kingdom. As you can see on lego.com, the price for the Death Star is around $899.99. As you can see here, the price is over 1,655 for a Death Star. So far, Canada still has the best deal for the Death Star. Next of all is Swiss francs. As you can see, the amount of Swiss francs the Death Star costs inside of Switzerland is around 1,049. According to the foreign exchange rates, it's around $1,810. Next of all is the Australian dollar, which is around 1,499.99 for the Death Star. This is around $1,372 in Canadian dollars. So far, compared to the other currencies, this is the second closest. This is the closest to the Canadian dollars and the second best deal. Unfortunately, on the Chinese website for the Death Star, I couldn't find any prices, so I'm also going to have to skip this set. So, in Hong Kong, this is currently on discount for 7,219 from 7,599. So, I'm going to calculate both of these prices. So, its official price is 7,599, which is $1,344 in Canadian. So, this would make it the second best place to buy your Lego sets from. However, this product is on discount, so let's see how much that is worth. So, as you can see from this, the Hong Kong currently discount is better than buying it in Canadian dollars right now. However, this is only on discount. It is possible that other stores will have discounts like this. So for now, I'd say that Hong Kong is not as good as Canada. On Indonesia's website, and I can't find a way to reach this spot, so yeah. Again, there isn't a way to buy it in India, so I'm also going to have to skip it. So in Japan, this thing is 144,980. As you can see, that is 1,285, making Japan a better place to buy the Legos than Canada. So I will be, yeah. So in Korea, the Death Star is 1,399,000 won. In terms of Canadian dollar, this is around 1,311 Canadian dollars, which isn't as good as Canada, but overall is a good deal. So in Malaysia, the Death Star is 4,299.9. So in Canadian dollars, that would be around 1,450, which is pretty good. In New Zealand, the Death Star is 1,699.99. In Canadian dollars, that would be 1,349.85. In Singapore, the Death Star is $1,449. Surprisingly, the price is not great. It's being $1,544. I am navigating on the Taiwan website and I'm not sure how to access the Death Star, so I'll be back when I find it or I give. So the Death Star in Taiwan is $35,999. So in Canadian dollars, that would be around 1,584 bucks. The Death Star is AED 4,649. So in Canadian, that would be around 1,750. So the Death Star is BHD 529. So looking at the exchanges, it would be around 1,900 CAD. So unfortunately in Israel, I don't think I could find any way to get the Death Star pricings. So the Death Star is KWD 399. So in Qatar, the Death Star is 4,649. Pardon me if I mispronounce the country. In CAD, Qatar is 1,750 bucks. So I am blocked from accessing Lego Saudi Arabia Death Star pricing. So I could just search it up on Google, but I'm not sure it will be fully accurate. So according to the AI overview, the Death Star is around 4,699 on Lego.com. And on this website, on this search, it is around $1,700. So in Turkey, the Lego Death Star is $56,999. In Canadian dollars, that is around 1,800. So the Death Star is R 19,999. So for this currency, it would be around 1,633. So now, before the video ends, what I want to do is transport all of these onto a document to show you the final prices and what currencies are the best to buy the Death Star on. But first, I wanted to the price is for the Death Star inside of China, because if you don't remember, it was unavailable. So the price, it says, could vary. So I'm just gonna put 7,500 RMB, but I will do the minimum just to see if the minimum would make it a bit better. So I guess yuan would be around 1463.72 CAD. However, minimum price would be $1,366. Now, as I am writing the Death Star prices for different currencies, I want to say that if this video reaches if this video reaches 500 subscribers, I will try to do another video similar to this one, where we see what would be a fair price inside of each of these currencies for the Death Star. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll be showing you guys the pricings in a couple seconds. So, for the final result, this is the pricing. As you can see, Japan is the cheapest to buy the Death Star, and Mexico would be the most expensive to buy the Death Star. Now, as this video is ending, I want you to think about the Death Star. Yeah. BNB out.